I'm here with Frank Appeldoorn. He's a principal at Volta Ventures. Frank, what do you do at Volta Ventures?
Volta Ventures, we invest in startups. We love helping startups to grow. So we invest in software startups that we can bring added value to in specific deep tech fields. So such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also blockchain.
So why the focus on deep tech? What does blockchain have that makes it deep tech?
The strategy for not only for the blockchain investments, but for all our investments is what we call technology plays. So we invest in a company, significant minority interest, and we build the company, add value, and with that company, we exit the company and sell to a usually American software company that needs that technology. So they will buy it for the technology, and that's what we aim to do.
Okay. Now, a lot of the blockchain technology is open source technology. How
Yes.
does that fit with that business model?
Well, open source technology in itself is, of course, not a business model as such. But we've invested, for instance, in two other open source platforms. One is VAMP, and the other one is Exonic. The reasoning behind it is with the open source framework always comes a enterprise version, and that's where the money is, and that's eventually where the technology is brought to a next level.
Okay. What do you think blockchain technology can bring us?
That's a very deep question, more
It's
philosophical.
deep technology.
More philosophical than I look at blockchain companies the same way I look at any other company. So I look at the team. Is the team good enough to go where they want to go? Is the proposition that they're building, that they're making, the product, is that unique in a sense? Can they add value for their customer? And is it competitive enough? And the third one is it in a large market, because we aim for large exits in the end. So that's not different than in other sectors.
Okay.
Or other technology fields. That's the same for all companies that we screen.
Okay. And do you think blockchain technology is mature enough to be investing in it already, or are we still early stage?
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, we're currently we have a term sheet signed with a company, with a blockchain company. Yeah. So I don't think it's. I think this is the right time to get in for early stage VCs like us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, since we have initial token offerings, initial coin offerings,
Yes.
any startup could basically raise their own money.
Yes,
Why would
they
they need a VC?
Well, the VC brings something extra that ICOs do not bring. For instance, they bring a part of the network, and that they use. For instance, Volta is based on 30 business software angels, so they bring that expertise, and we can bring that directly to their startup, and that's something that's worthwhile for them, because they wouldn't have access in any other way to those people. And second is, of course, the knowledge that we have on scaling software companies. That's something that we take pride of, that we think we can do well, and that's why we are in this business, helping entrepreneurs grow.
Okay. What do you think something like the blockchain hackathon can bring to the ecosystem?
Well, I think it can bring a couple of things. First of all, knowledge. Knowledge of blockchain technology. I think hackathons are really good for that. Exposure, the marketing on for corporates, startups, but also for organizations around it, legislation, people interested in the field. So I think it can bring a lot of good things.
You mentioned a lot of different disciplines.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the diversity of the ecosystem? Is it diverse enough already?
I'm going to take part of the question. What I see at the moment is that it's very technologically focused, and I think that is something which I see also in different fields. You see the same in machine learning, in scientific areas. You see the same. For a business, you also need that sales side, and I think we could use more of that sales side, which is difficult for blockchains because for blockchain companies, because you usually need 2, 3, 4 starting companies called consortia to get it underway.
So how can you, as an investing party, help your startups there?
Well, I already help blockchain startups trying to get to that consortia. I wrote an email yesterday for a company to one of my network people, and we're actively investing in these types of companies. Okay.
So final question, what is it you think that today's event, the funding deep dive, will bring to the ecosystem?
A better understanding of both parties. I'm of startup corporates, ecosystem partners, legislation, and investors like myself. Another thing that I'm very curious to hear on how they look at this ICO thing and old school venture capitalists like myself. Yeah, I'm really excited and really curious to see today's event.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.